guys, welcome to another episode of the Middle Child Podcast. And I am still on a high because I don't even know what episode this is, but just know it is the beginning. But I'm always in a rush to introduce my guests because I really don't like all the attention on me. Don't know why. But anyway, I want to introduce you to one of my good friends. Her name is Raven. What's up, Raven?
Hello, guys.
Photographer, videographer. What else do you do? Model. Anything in front and behind the camera. This is my girl. And what you're going to learn probably throughout this episode is, as y'all have noticed, I have brought people on who have been such an important asset in my life when it comes to like my healing journey. And Raven is one of them friends who let me literally keep bumping my head, and was always there and being supportive. So I do want to say thank you for being that person for me publicly. I know I've told you that privately, but I do definitely want to acknowledge you publicly. But anyway, how have you been?
I have been great. I cannot complain. I've just been in my own little bubble trying to get it all together. So
that's nice. I can feel it.
You can?
Yeah, I can feel it. You're so soft-spoken. I want to get to that point one day, but I just feel like I'm just so
I don't think I'm always like this though. I think that I think it's a phase.
It's not a phase.
I feel like I'm like in a shedding phase right now. So I'm kind of just like, well, you know what? It's not a phase. It's going to stay.
Okay.
The other version's not that cute. So, yeah, we're going to stay here.
I can't wait till I'm talking like super soft. I feel like that's going to be scary though. Because when I talk soft now, it's because I'm mad.
Oh, yeah, so,
that's
true.
That
is so true.
When
I've learned that
just
about you.
Continuously talking, they're going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, today's topic is perfect alignment. With Raven saying what phase she's in right now, I just think now is the perfect time to just pretty much talk about like your alignment in life right now, how you got here, just in general. Explain like how you feeling about your life right now.
So you remember the text message I sent you the other day?
Yeah.
Can we read it?
Sure. I don't have it on this phone though.
That was way too good.
Yeah, it was way too good.
I don't know if I can like articulate it any better than that.
Yeah,
and then I'll go
okay
off of that. Now I'm nervous because I have to read out loud.
Oh, not you. Not like
what?
When the teacher called on you.
Like, oh my gosh, no, don't look at me. Okay. So Rebecca asked me, she said, if you had to describe your life's journey in one word right now, what would it be? And I said, aligning. Okay, and this is why. If I had to describe my life in one word right now, it would be aligning. I've been really intentionally getting back to me, mind, body, and spirit. And I'm coming into alignment with who I truly am. I've been doing the inner work, shedding old thoughts, patterns, setting real boundaries, and honoring my truth. Not just on the outside, but from the inside out. It's less about chasing and more about becoming. Things are unfolding naturally, and that feels powerful. And because of that, I'm finally starting to see these quiet little moments of blooming. It's not always loud or obvious, but it's real. Things are clicking into place, and I'm learning to trust that.
Oh my goodness. That just almost brought tears to my eyes again. When I first read it, I was like, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful because I feel like I'm in that beginning stage. Mm-hmm. Like I've started back going to therapy, and the process that my therapist has me on is like really trying to get to the root of my trauma. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, she's like, you want to go there? I'm like, yeah.
Do it. Go there.
Yeah, because I just want to get to that place of, like you said, blossoming from like the inside out. Like that's a different type of, I don't want to call it contentment because I feel like contentment is such a small word, but that's just a different type of joy, I would say. Mm-hmm. So
joy is the perfect word.
Yeah. What made you even want to, I guess, start the journey?
I think that I was always on it. I think that I just fully surrendered to it. Like I feel like I have a very, for the lack of better terms, because I say this all the time, but I have a very I don't care attitude, like personality. Like things happen to me and I'm like, it's happening for me, whatever, and move on with my life. But I feel like I've started to acknowledge the things that happen to me and really feel them.
Yeah.
I don't think I feel things. Like, the biggest feeling I've ever felt was when my cousin passed.
Okay.
And after that, or even before and after that, I kind of, anything else is just kind of like, well, that's life. It's supposed to happen. And I kind of just take it and go with it. But, like, I've been allowing myself more to, like, feel things. And I'm like, that's interesting. Like, and being, but also, like, saying exactly how I feel. Not, like, being like, oh, I'm mad. I'm not mad. I feel extremely anxious about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to not mislabel how I truly feel.
Oh.
Instead of doing it like the easy way, like, I have anxiety. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Whatever, you are XYZ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And that forces you to expand your vocabulary.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's just like, I was reading something, or maybe it was a Instagram video where it was like, most of the time when women are in relationships and the guy upsets them, they respond based off a generic feeling. When it's not, I'm mad, no, I'm embarrassed, or no, I'm disappointed.
Yes.
And it's just, you have to, that helps you to expand your vocabulary to further explain how you really feel.
Yes. Yeah, I used to get a lot that I talk a lot, like, so I talk too much, but I feel like I have a lot to say, and I feel like it's good things to say. So for a long time, I just didn't say a lot of how I felt or what I needed to say, because I felt like somebody's gonna say I talk too much. So I feel like recently I stopped caring about if I talk too much, and I just started saying what I felt and how I felt, and like, and if you say, well, Raven, you talk too much, I'm be like, well, actually, I just got something to say. Like, if you don't want to listen, you don't have to, or you can just, we don't have to talk. So, like, I'm just kind of getting more comfortable in my skin and kind of just.
Nice. Do you think that came from a fear of losing people, or?
I did not mean to make that face.
She said no. Or you just didn't want to have to, like, over explain yourself, or people, like, misunderstood you?
I feel like that came from being misunderstood, being misinterpreted. Like, it came from feeling small for too long. Like, I have a voice and I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I let people think or say what they want, because I feel like it's easier for you to just assume whatever it is, because you can't handle a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, in a relationship, it was, I talk too much. But really, it was me trying to tell you that you're not being nice to me. You're not treating me well right now. You're not being who you said you were going to be in this relationship. You just don't want to hear me talk because you don't want to be the person that you said you would be. Yeah. So it's kind of more so like making space for myself.
Oh, nice. That is so beautiful. Come on, bloom, blossom. Okay, so how has photography played a role in that? Are you now more creative? How is that going?
Truthfully, I want to be more in my bag of when I used to create from a space where I felt passionate. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to get back to that, because I do a lot of work for people and I'm doing what everyone wants me to do, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't always want to do that. Like, a lot of times it's like this, like, I see creative as this, like small, like, intimate, like a feeling. Creativity to me is like a feeling. Yeah. And people see it so visually, which I understand. But it's like too many people see it so visually, and like, I'm like, can we just like embrace this moment? Like, you're going to get more out of your photo shoots if we do it like this, but then people don't, it's harder to explain that. Mm-hmm. But I like when I have control, like if I say, hey, I want to do this shoot, Rebecca, and I like pick the person, and I pick the person to do your makeup and your hair, and like back in the day in my old apartment, when I was like creating for no reason, and like it just was, that's just when the best, I could be passionate about it. Now I'm creative because I have to be, like, I have to like be creative because I get paid for it. But it's not like, it sounds like I'm being ungrateful, but it's not ungrateful.
No, I get it. I
just want to be passionate and not creative.
Because then it doesn't feel like work. Yeah, it doesn't feel like work. It's hard when your hobby begins to feel like work. And now it's just kind of like, okay, showing up. Here we go.
Yes. When I was in high school, I joined the yearbook team because I wanted to do the pictures. I wanted to be the photographer. And my friends were like, well, why don't you be a photographer in real life? And I'm like, no, I could never do that in real life, because once I start doing it in real life, it's going to become a job. And it's not going to be fun anymore. And it's so crazy how right I was. Like, it's just like, I work tomorrow at 12. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool, though. I'm grateful. I really, truly am.
Yeah, it is, because now you get to work for yourself instead of going to like a 9 to 5. I get it, but
yeah, now I just work 9 to 2 a.m. No big deal.
Yeah, because then you get people like, okay, when are my pictures gonna be ready? And I just left you at 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah,
I used to be that model, but I honestly hate being in front of the camera now.
why?
I don't know. I think it's the part of the healing that I have to go through. Because one of my major relationships happened when I was in the modeling industry, and it just destroyed me. And so making my way back, and I feel like I got on a podcast not too long after that. So I think that was my escape, which is why if I am easing back into that world, is by starting my own podcast. And then just me doing this by myself is already scary as it is. Like, I've started podcasts before and I always had hosts, but like to be in front of the camera by myself, like, I love y'all. I promise I love y'all, but I am dreading giving y'all an episode when it's just me and I'm not talking to nobody. Me just looking at y'all and talking, giving y'all like insight, I'm dreading it. So it's gonna be a couple episodes before that happens.
But you guys are gonna love it, because she has a really good conversation. We have, like, she's deep, and I hope you show that.
And I think it's because I tap into a space. I really have to tap into that space. I think I don't want to tap into that space right now because I'm in the depth of my healing, and so I don't want to come off too dark.
That's the best part about it. You don't have to always look like a light to be a light.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to be like, dang, she always dark today.
But if we know that you're going through a healing phase,
yeah,
some people might need to see that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe y'all will get one sooner than later, but we'll see.
Or just record it, and then if it feels like, pray about it, and if God is like, people need to see this, then put it out.
Yeah. And he definitely, man, let me tell y'all about God and answering prayers. This year alone, I've seen him answer prayers like within hours. Like, it's, I don't even want to say it's scary. I'm just like, okay. Like, I wrote in my journal that morning, because I've been trying to spend more time with God in the morning to start my day. I wrote in my journal that morning, and I was working a 9 to 5. I went back to corporate America. And I was like, God, I do not like this job. I want something with more money, less work. Girl, 2 hours later, my boss called me and fired me. I was in my car on my way to work. He called me and was like, oh, we're closing the office down. I need you to bring me the key. I said, okay.
How'd you feel?
I was good, because I had realized that I had just wrote that in my journal. Right. And what helped was earlier in the year, I had asked God to reveal something to me. So I had got back on social media, and I was going through, because I took 6 months off. So I got back on social media, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I no longer need validation from people. I'm going to post what I want to post. This is a good space. But I struggled with wanting validation from this one person. So, Raven, I kid you not, it was 10:26 that night. 10:26 p.m. I prayed and I said, God, I don't know what needs to happen, but I need help in getting validation from this person. Girl, name them and everything. Raven, I woke up at 6 o'clock that morning, because my phone going do not disturb. I woke up at 6 o'clock that morning. I had 2 messages from this person. I was like, it took me all day, because I was like, all right, God, I asked for this. Now I need help in how to respond. And I feel like, I know for sure he helped me, but then, the old Rebecca resorted back, and it just went left like months later. But it's just interesting how he really answers prayers. Right. Like Saturday, this light was supposed to be here on Saturday. I tracked the tracking number, said it wasn't going to get here until Monday. So I was like, all right, God, if this is your podcast, because I got to record in the night. I was like, if this is your podcast, then light needs to be here. Because that means I would have to now reschedule like 3 other people. Girl, that light got here. I was like, oh, okay, so you like really out here answering prayers. So at that point, I think it helps me to build, I think, collateral with God.
Right.
When it comes to this journey of, like you said, like alignment. Now I know like we're in the same space. So yeah.
You do realize that for your need for validation, you're getting that from God.
Yeah.
In the times that you need it. So maybe it's not that you need it from people, you need it from God.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you need it from people because those people feel important to you.
Yeah.
Maybe it has nothing to do with them.
We're gonna find out, because once this episode come out, so what I'm thinking about doing is when I actually develop the Instagram page and YouTube page for the podcast, I'm not following anybody that I know. I don't know. That whole verse, I can't find it right now, but that whole verse in the Bible where it talks about like Jesus wasn't welcome in his own home, like in his own wherever he was from. I don't think that's the case here, but I'm going to take him at his word and be like, all right, G, I'm going to try it. So I need you to get the word out to whoever it need to get to. But I don't know, that's just been my like transparent. So it's funny that you say that, because it's been like my transparent relationship with God. And so I think that would help me with, like you said, it's not validation from people. It's just me needing the validation from him. Because again, when you do it around people that you know, you're expecting them to support. Although it's not their responsibility to, but I'm expecting my friends and family to support. So when they don't, it's just kind of like, dang, like, am I doing the right thing? Or do you get like so many questions? And then it don't help that I'm the middle child. So now I just got those syndrome. Syndrome. Okay, y'all know what I meant. Yeah. So
it's also, I understand where you're coming from in a space of like being an entrepreneur. Like the support and the validation that I felt like I needed for a person who doesn't care about a lot of things and people, and this whole nonchalant attitude is like, it's weird because it's like I don't feel like I need the support. I don't care to be like overly like share my post every single day. Yeah. Or things like that. It's more so visibility for me. It's more so like I need the right people to see this, which is why it'll help if, it spreads. But at the same time, I feel like in my mind, it's just a mental note of like how people see supporting me. Yeah. What that means to them. Because to some people, it means word of mouth. For some people, it means I've had people like tell me they talk to like bigger people about me in big rooms and they never shared a post. And I'm okay with that. So like, I feel like support comes in so many different ways. So I kind of don't care about that. But when it comes to like social media, I like support in like numbers. Yeah. Like I need my numbers to go up because like I want to reach brands. Like I care about the bigger picture. So I think that once you figure out why you need that validation, that might help maybe. Yeah, okay. Because it's like, I need the validation, but why? Like, why do you care if that person sees you? What do you want them to see? Yeah. Or why do you need the support of those people? Is it because it makes you feel good? It makes you feel seen? Like, what is it like about them seeing you? What does that mean to you? I don't know.
Now that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It helped me.
Validation is, it can be a good or a bad thing depending on like how you defined it. I can see that. All right. Okay.
But you're also the middle child, so I get why.
Girl,
I'm the oldest, so.
And that's what I was gonna ask. Are you the middle child?
No, ma'am. I'm the oldest. It's so funny because earlier last week I texted my best friend. I had to like help my siblings. I've been like being superhero sister last week, for real. So I text my best friend and I'm like, being the oldest is a joke. Like, who signed me up for this? Like, I don't ever remember being like, Mom, any siblings. Like, I never asked for that. So for you to do this to me and expect me to just be the second parent, third parent is like wild. Like,
oh my goodness.
It's a different kind of responsibility. And
I can see that.
I remember I was telling my friend Leah yesterday, I was telling her, we went to church and I can't remember what Pastor Mike said, but he said something that made me think, like, when I was, we was talking about whoopings.
Uh-huh.
When I was younger, and I'm the oldest of, like, I'm the oldest girl grandchild. I'm the oldest of my of my mom's kids, dad's kids, step kids. Like, I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
So if anything happened and we were together and, like, the younger person gets hurt or something like that, I got a whooping for being the oldest. It's like, you're supposed to know better. So, like, I think that a lot of that it's cutting into my adult life, and I'm just, like, taking on things and being the mother because I am the oldest.
Yeah.
You know? So,
see, and it's crazy. I was every child has that symptom. It's just like the oldest child has their thing, the middle child has their thing, and then the youngest child, I don't know what their thing is. They just
young, wild, and free. Like, I'm taken care of. Well, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm taken care of. I can do what I want because they're going to catch me. I'm like, what?
Every time. Even if the oldest miss, you got the middle one that's just going to swoop up. And then they just get to change their minds or something. And just...
And then the parents are tired by the time they get to them. So
Definitely
they just
tired.
like, yeah, stuff that we used to let them do, have at it because we're tired. We don't care anymore.
And don't let the grandchild come. And then it's just free game. Because, baby, whew, that niece of mine. But yeah, I feel like as the middle child, I've been in the past overlooked, not seen. I guess that's a synonym for that. But I can always say the relationship that I've had with my siblings, they kind of always came to the rescue. To make sure that I had my shine when I had my shine. So I'm very appreciative of them. I think that's the reason why I tell people I'm not the typical middle child. Because they always say the middle child's a troublemaker. And I'm just like, no, I'm the one that stays out the way. Like, I don't want to deal with it. It's a lot of things I'm not going to do to protect, I guess, the oldest and the youngest. So from a sense, I'm a protector in one stance. I don't know, it's weird.
I get that.
So
my sister's the middle child, but she also stays out the way. Like, she's the one that, like, I don't go to her house. We don't get to come to her house. Like, she's very out the way. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, I get the out the way part. Like, I don't know. But I've never known how she felt about being the middle child. I think I can see it, but
yeah, I'm gonna go hard for my siblings, but it's just like, let me be me. Like, just, but I feel like that's all of us though, because my brother is just, he to himself. As interesting as that is, he's to himself. I feel like my sister, distance wise, she has always been out the way because she was in New Orleans at one point, and now even here, she's on the very outskirts of Birmingham. So, typical middle child, not middle child, I guess. So. All right. Anyway, so what else have you been doing? Have you been putting your hands in anything else outside of photography and just kind of getting back to yourself? Or
I'm trying to find a hobby. That's not photography, but it's hard. But okay, Pilates.
I was gonna say
I love Pilates. Every time I get ready to go, I'm like, oh, I should cancel. But then you can't cancel within like 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
You still have to pay.
So
I'm like, I already paid for it. I might as well go. I'm like, ugh. And every time I go, I'm like, I'm so happy I came.
Yeah.
I'm like doing my workout so happy. And I'm like, I feel so zen.
Yeah.
I feel so good. But yeah, I love Pilates. I love Pilates.
Girl.
Yes, I'm not the
try
hard workout. I hated that. I would do it, and you know, everybody's like, oh, you feel so rewarding. I'm just like, I gotta come back tomorrow. Like,
and I'm the total opposite. I like the hard working, but what I've come to realize, because I've been doing it by myself lately, I like a partner, because I'm not gonna push myself that much, and I think it's for safety reasons, because it's just like, if this weight fall, ain't nobody in here to save me.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to expand. I've been trying to do yoga, but yoga is like too calm for me. I be like, I get you gotta tap into it, but I've done it so many times and I'm still just in my head. So I'm like, okay, maybe this ain't for me.
You'd like Pilates.
Okay.
It's not like the little entry course that we took that time.
Okay.
It's like for real. It's like, and you would do really well at 1.5 because it's harder than regular Pilates. But yeah.
But you have to work your way up though, don't it?
So they make you take 8-1 classes, but the classes fill up so fast, and you've already been working out.
Yeah.
So a 1.5 won't kill you.
Okay.
You're not gonna die. Like I wasn't working out for a long time. You know, I thought stop.
Yeah.
My knees, like absolutely not. Y'all can have this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't working out. So when I went back, I took a 1 class, and then I accidentally signed up for 1.5.
You was.
And I'm like the type that feels like I don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to hang in there and act like it's nothing. And I was struggling, but I did it. I made it through the whole class.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Is this your first 1.5?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, okay. Well, you have to do 8 ones first." This was an accident. They're like, "You did good, but I can tell you should work your way up." I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Right.
But
have
I'm
you
in there
tried
now.
cycling or anything?
I hate it. I hate it. My friend took me to like the hot place.
Yeah.
Hot Rocks.
Yeah.
Works.
Something like that.
Not for me. I don't think I like intense like workouts. That hurts.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, I don't mind the pain, but it's like
Yeah. I don't like riding bikes regularly.
that part hurts.
So I could only imagine sitting there pedaling for an hour in class.
Like my butt hurts.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And then they have it hot in there too. See, I would do anything that has a hot environment because I feel like mentally that would help me, but just cycling is not it.
You
I don't
like hard stuff.
Yeah. I'm doing a 75 hard right now.
Again.
Yeah. Because I didn't succeed the first 2 times, but we got to this time.
Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to start this 75 hard. You just motivated me. But the gallon of water, we talked about that last time.
Yeah, and I haven't even drunk a full bottle yet. But it's fine because when I recorded yesterday, I downed I want to say maybe 6 bottles in 2 hours. Because it's like I couldn't start over. Like today's day 50. I got 25 more days to go.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like, come on now.
You got to get it.
Yeah. I'm only nervous though because each of my last 2 times I stopped in the 50s. So my head my head's like really in the books now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This time's different.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait to reach day 60. Then I'm like, all right, cool.
I remember the last time. I feel like you was on day I feel like it was 60. So you were really close.
Yeah, I
was
on day 58 when I stopped last time.
The last time or the first time?
The first time I was on day 52.
You was far, and you was like, nope. Rebecca, you sure? Nope. Okay, girl. Okay.
I had a real emotional day I remember I had a really emotional day that day. And I was just, and the crazy part was I was still going through the motions, but I was just like, man, forget that.
You was like, nope. Nope. I was like, okay.
I did everything but the water. I had only drunk a half gallon that day. And I was just like, man.
I'm like, you could just drink nope.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I get it.
And then the second time I forgot my picture. But the second time I had to start over. So the second time I got to day 4 and I forgot my picture. And I was like, okay, 4th day, we can start over. Day 1. So technically I made it to 62 days. But if we factor in not taking the picture, I made it to day 58 and I forgot my picture. I woke up the next day and I said, are you serious? And then you have so many people that just be like, well, I mean, it's just a picture. And I'm like, if y'all know me, it's an integrity thing for me.
I get that. I'm the same way. Once everything is not, that's why I feel like, and I also think, me personally, I have commitment issues, but we'll talk about that later. But yes, I get it. I totally understand that. Yeah. Like, if it's not how it's supposed to be, I didn't do it right, and I have to start. I get it.
Right. Because I know what, I couldn't have made it to day 75. Like, I finished. No, you cheated. Like, that would have been my mind.
You missed that one picture.
Right.
So, and then it's like, now you got to tell everybody, I did 75 hard, but I missed that one day where I didn't take a picture, but I did the 75 hard.
Right.
Like, it doesn't feel the same. Like, do it right.
It does not. And that's probably why I failed the first time, because I remember one day I didn't read. Mm-hmm. And so the next day my friend, she was like, well, just read 20 pages that day. And I was like, all right, 20 pages. And the whole time my friend was like, you're cheating. I was like, I'm on day 52. He was like, no, you're not on any days. You cheated.
It doesn't count.
It does not count. So it's definitely an integrity thing for me. But yes, today is day 50. I gotta drink my water, take my picture, and do another workout before I go to sleep.
Should you take a break and get a bottle of water?
I wish not. I'ma down it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'ma down it. As long as I'm done by 8 o'clock, I'll be good. I'll be good. So yeah, I'm gonna just down
You
there.
have to work out again?
Yeah, I gotta do one more workout.
Okay.
It has to be indoor. I did my outdoor workout early this morning in 54-degree weather. This go around, the weather has like literally been like this, and I'm just like, all right. But this has also been, I feel like this was probably the perfect time for me to do it because I'm going through a season of change, and so it pushes me. While at the same, because I can honestly say the first 2 times I was excited about doing the 75 hard. This time, every day I dread it. Every day I'm just like, oh, 75 hard, but we're on day 49. Let's go. So, but yeah, it's gonna be rewarding. I can't wait. Very excited. Oh my god, I can't wait.
And your body is already tea, so it's gonna be like, what's better than tea?
I know, right?
What is that? Like,
I wish I had a trainer this time.
that
Because I want to do an intense workout this go round, but
you aren't.
whatever. Nuh-uh. Okay. Like I'm working out, but it's not as if I was like in the gym. Like I go to the gym, but with a trainer, it's different than doing it by myself.
Yeah.
So, because ain't nobody there to push me. But no, I'm excited. I can't wait. Oh my God. May 2nd is my last day.
Really? You don't have that long.
I don't.
The year's already flying by.
Really?
Yeah.
It's already April.
January took 7 months.
As
then,
always.
You know, after that, we're in April. So
Yeah. January was long.
May 2nd will be here before you know it.
Yeah. January was when I endured a lot of my healing journey. Mm-hmm. January set the tone for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy for January. Thank you, January. Just stay in January.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we talked about photography. We have talked about the place that you're in right now, developing a new hobby. What else is like on the rise for you?
Well, one of these days, I'm gonna have me a man.
All right.
I'm crying, but
I'm
no,
hungry.
seriously. I don't know. I want to start dating again. I tried it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
What do you hate about?
I hate it.
What do you hate about it?
I feel like I go to dates so regular. I'm like, hey, like, and I'm so like, I feel like I'm so Raven.
Yeah.
In my dates, and I don't like how men lately, if they feel like, because I'm very picky, so when I pick them, I'm like, okay, I'll go on a date with you, but they make me feel like they're trying to be what I want them to be, not who they are. Yeah. And it annoys me so bad. And is that weird?
No, it's not.
It's like,
because just be yourself.
I need to know if I'm picking the right person.
Right.
Can you please
just be you? Yeah. Just be you. I get that. Are you only dating in Alabama, or have you tried like different?
Girl, I am gonna start dating out of state.
Girl, you got to.
I haven't, but I don't go. Okay, I do go out of town. I'm trying to think why I don't be taking them serious. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. I don't feel like when they approach me, it's like the approaches that I've had does not feel like, once I get that text message, because lately their favorite thing to say to me, like I gotta stop being like this, but I will be like done, like, next caller please. Yeah. But lately I keep getting the same message, and I'm done talking to you after this. Yeah. One is, well, it's all the same genre, but it's around black ass, like, yeah, sexy black ass, chocolate ass, sexy ass, black ass, like really, you so fine and black. Like one guy called me Blackie. I'm like, I think that's weird. Right? Why do you think like, that's okay? I deal with like weird stuff like that, and I'll be like, I'm okay. And I've even tried to tell this one dude, I'm like, I don't like that. He's like, you should be proud to be dark skinned. I said, I never said I didn't want to be. I love, it's like one of my favorite things about me. Yeah. I'm okay with being dark skinned. I don't like you calling me black all the time. Like, why do you do that? That is so well, that's a you problem. Okay, well then now it's a me problem for I'm not talking. Because what it's like, but it's like weird stuff like that has me like, I hate it out here. Oh my goodness. And I just won't even say, out here in general. Out here in general. I was having a conversation with a guy today, because now I'm kind of on the verge of just not wanting to date.
which I should have been got to this point a long time ago, but now I just want to go the rest of the year not dating. And so I'm slowly been trying to cut people off. But it was this one guy who really shows that he's trying. And today I just had to be like, look, I just don't have space for another human being. And I said it's not you. It's just where I am mentally. I just can't do it. Because like we disagreed on something. Mm-hmm. One thing I hate, we're not gonna use the word hate. One thing I dislike is when people say God gives his strongest soldiers the toughest battle. That is not biblically correct. I Googled it. It's not, there's no way in the Bible but that there's biblically correct. Even if, let's just examine that. Who's to say your battle is tougher than mine?
That is why I hate the statement.
Who's to say you're stronger than me?
Yeah.
So God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. It's just not a logically correct statement. And so he ended up Googling because I told him, I said, that's not biblically correct. I said, thank you for trying to encourage me right now, but that's not biblically correct. So he was like, well, no, this is just the urban saying of the biblical verse of it. And he screenshotted it. And what he screenshotted was, God will be your strength and your weakness. I said, so how again does that validate what you just said? And even that conversation right there, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to date. I don't have the wherewithal to have these conversations with somebody. And it's not that I expect you to understand it, because I mean, you grew up different than I did, but I just don't have the space and capacity to have those type of relationships. It's just like, the person that choose to court me, you're literally going to have to come in and be like, you have no worries in the world. Like, you want to do your podcast? That's what you want to do? All right, bet. I'm paying for a year of whatever needs to take place. Like, because then at that point, it's just now I'm free to somewhat focus on you. It's not that I'm doing it for the money, but you have to free up that what's playing in the back of my head. And so, yeah, I was just like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's a me.
You know what I tell guys?
Yeah.
When they're like trying to date me, I'm like, you got to steal me from me.
Yeah, oh, that's
like,
good.
I am so, and not even just me like being into myself and doing my own thing, but also being me into myself and doing my own thing. But like, my time is money. And I'm not saying you have to buy me the world. I mean, you do got to buy me the world. But like, I'm not saying like, I don't want your money.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like, you just can't come in here and be like, I don't know. Like, you just can't come in here and expect things from me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm working.
Right.
I have things to do.
Yeah.
Like, I need you got to steal me from me.
Yeah. Do
like,
you not know, like, where you're pulling me from? You're pulling me from my time with myself. And not just me wanting to be isolated, but I'm literally working on me. Like, I'm doing what's best for me. It reminds me of that saying, like, a woman should be so hidden in God that a man has to seek God to get to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I hate that the world now feels like only thing we want is money and all this. But here's the thing. You came over here bothering me. I was minding my business. Do I want to be in a romantic relationship? Mm-hmm. Yes. But like, if you get me there, you're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
And if you come into my space, shh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If you come into my space, then you gotta prove to be there. Yeah. Like, you gotta, I'm not just gonna be like, okay, drop everything. Rebecca can't come to your podcast. Right. Have a date. Like, I'm not gonna be like, can't take this appointment that just booked yesterday. Like, right. I used to date this guy. We had a lot of fun together, but something just didn't feel real about him. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But anyways, I would be like, he'd be like, well, what are you doing today? I'm like, I'm working. If I'm not taking pictures, I'm working on the back end of my business. And, so I'm like doing this. He's like, okay, well, I just wanted to bring you, have you eaten today? And I'm like, not yet, which I do have a bad habit of like not eating because I'm working so hard, or so long or whatever. So he's like, okay, well, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I don't know, like. And he's just like, okay, well, what about Chipotle? And I'm like, okay. So he comes, he's like, can you come outside? And I'm like, yeah. I come outside. He has Chipotle and roses.
Oh.
And then he was like, it was so good to see you, even if it was just for a second. And then we're like, that was so nice.
Yeah.
But he didn't like sweat me. But like those little gestures of like letting me know that my time is important made me feel like, okay, I can go on a movie date and I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like he values my time.
Yeah.
Like, so I can stay up till 3 tomorrow to go on this date.
I can give the exchange.
Right. You know?
That makes sense though, because if the roles were flipped, they would be like, all right, you got to keep my attention. So it's just kind of like each party is asking for some or expecting something. So, and I don't know. I grew up in a 2-parent household, and so that's why it's just like you have to provide in some kind of ways, something.
And I did not, so I'm learning.
Yeah.
Like I'm learning. Like I'm a giver. Like I'm the oldest. So like I the way my heart is set up, like I will drop everything for the right person. Yeah. And before I knew that it was for the right person, I was just doing it for people who were around me. So like everybody was important. If you're in my space, you're important to me. I'm dropping everything. So that was a part of my healing too, having to like make space for me. Yeah. And, like know that my things, what I have going on is just as important. And so like when it comes to dating, it's like
you really gotta come rare. Yeah. You can't be like the same. You really because you have to. I think what people have to understand, that's male and female. Everybody is coming with the same game. What makes your game different? And men know if that's the woman that they want to pursue in the first 10 minutes. Right. So why is it that we can't know in the first 10 minutes?
You know what else is hard? Because I feel like I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for every woman. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about every man. But what I will say is when the fact that I can get pregnant, I am going to be careful about who I choose to give my energy to, my body to. Like, I'm in a space now. I'm 33. Yeah. Like, at some point, I have to have babies. So you can't come over here. I'm looking for a husband. Yeah. Like, and I'm literally aligning myself to where the man that I want, I fit that. Like, I'm not really out here just working and, you know, lollygagging. Yeah. I'm really passionate about the person that I spend my time with. Like, I'm not entertaining no exes. I'm for real. So I need, because I want kids and I want to be in a 2-parent household. Yeah. Household. Like, I want to give that to my kids. I want to, like, do the right thing for them. Yeah. And I can't do that if I'm letting you play with my time off rip. Like, literally, if I'm just lollygag. You should have got me.
Yeah, a few years ago.
7 years ago. Like, at least 4. Yeah. I would have entertained you just off the strength of I'm bored.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have had me about a year ago.
I ain't bored no more.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. I'm so far gone with it now. Yeah. It's you literally have to come in with a game. Those first 10 minutes, you better be, I need a play-by-play coach. Like, show me the play. I need a play-by-play. Other than that, it's just, we're good. We're good. Dang, we're good, guys. Just
How do you feel about men with kids? That was so random, but I'm just thinking, like, the things that we look for when we date.
I've dated men with kids. I would prefer not to marry a man with kids. Reason being is because when I'm in the labor room, I want to experience that first moment together.
Me too.
I really want that. He's surprised, I'm surprised, cursing him out, pushing. I want, like, that moment. I don't want, even if that moment is, even with the man who has kids, even if he does give me that moment, it's just, you've already been through literally the entire stage before. And that may be selfish, but that's just what I want.
But I feel like we don't have kids, so we have that right to be selfish. Yeah. There's a reason why we can be selfish.
Yeah. unless like I don't even know, because if your children are like grown, I still don't like that.
Me either.
Because then, and again, I want the attention on me and my baby. Like it's me and
my time to shine.
Even as your wife, and if you're coming from the biblical side of things, yeah, my wife comes first and then the kids. But then it's just all the kids. It's not just mine. It's mine and the ones you've had before. And I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do a trade. And I don't want this to sound bad. So please, listeners, don't take this the wrong way. Not the only way, but I will consider it if the mom just literally has like no say. Like even if she's like deceased or something. And it's not because I don't want the baby mama drama, but it's just,
or is it?
No, it's really not that. It's just now we're developing a household together. Mm-hmm. And so it's just the child will know me not as his biological mom, but the only mom like they've known. Mm-hmm. And so and the baby has to be small. Like it can't be like a child. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it has to be somebody like a baby from birth. Like maybe she lost them in birth or something. I don't know. I think that's the only way I do it.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing because I totally get you, and I've said that before, but I've said it way worse than that. But it's not like I want them to be gone. Like it's not. Yeah. I don't wish that on anybody.
No, not at all.
Because of the dynamics that I feel like I need. Yeah. In order to succeed at what I feel like is my own fairy tale. Yeah. I need that to be. Yeah. Like, I don't want to have to deal with, like, feeling like this person is a part-time. I actually lived in a house where my dad was married to another woman in another house with my brothers. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's kind of like I go see him on the weekends or whenever. I don't want that for my baby. So it's like I don't want your kid to go through that with. I don't want to have to. Not at all. I don't want to be the person that has to. Share.
Definitely share. I don't know.
Is that the word I'm looking for?
Oh, it's the word I'm looking for. I don't want to have to share, not just with the mom, but with the kid. Yeah. Especially in the dating side. Now, marriage is totally different because, like, your wife comes first. But even in dating, like, I come second to your children. Mm-hmm. And that's a hard pill for me to swallow. Mm-hmm. Like, I was talking to a guy, and although his kids are older, like, he had one in college, and then he had one who's about to go to boarding school. But it's just like, oh, I have to go get this child and they're old enough to drive, so why are you not forcing them to drive? So now like our date nights have to be planned around that. Calls and stuff have to be planned around that, and it's just that's not what I want. Like that's not what I want.
To shreds in the comments.
Yeah. That's just not what that's just not what I want. I've always stood firm on, and granted, people would say, oh, you're getting older, you need to eventually like settle for something, but no, I'm not doing that. I've never been married before. Not saying people that's been married is wrong, but when you're dating me, you're getting a woman that can hold her own, that can turn your house into a home, who hasn't ever changed her last name for anybody else and hasn't given her womb to anybody. So
it's only fair. It's like I feel like I'm not asking for a lot.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not asking for the world. I'm just asking for my preference.
I'm asking for the world.
Okay.
I want it. The stars, the moon, like
and everything.
Everything in between. I want it.
I get it.
But I feel like I deserve that.
For sure.
For what I can give.
Yeah.
Because my heart is so big, and like I feel like, but for the right person, this isn't gonna sound crazy.
And I'm going to say what I said. I made a video that I had posted on TikTok. And I'm going to always stand firm on this. I was reading the scripture, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And we hear that so much. But my favorite part now has been and obtains favor from the Lord. Mm-hmm. So I feel like just like I am examining you, you should be examining me if we're dating for the right reason.
Exactly.
If you're dating for a wife, you need to be quote unquote ripping me to shreds in those 10 minutes like I'm finna size you up.
Yeah.
And if I'm just not your preference, then don't settle.
Like, why they be mad at me for wanting to not involve myself with a man with kids? I have dated a man with kids before.
Oh, me too.
But it was just let me not say that. I have dated a man with kids before. I also had a guy that had kids, and he had been asking me on a date for like, I'm not joking, because we go out to the same place, or I used to go to the same place, and every time I was like, why don't you take me? Like, why don't you let me take you on a date? Let me take you on a date for like at least a year or two. And so I'm like, okay, fine, when you ready. And I knew he had kids, so I'm just like, not doing that.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, okay, well, when you ready? He's like, whenever you free. I'm like, okay, well, let's go. No, I said, but you're the one who has kids, so I want to make sure that, you know, I understand your kids come first. So just let me know when, you know, whatever. He's like, no, for real, you pick the date, blah, 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 which I already don't like. I want you to tell me, when, you know, whatever. But I'm just like, you know what? Raven, don't do it. So I was like, okay, Saturday. He was like, I can't Saturday. I'll have my kids.
I just said that. How do I know your schedule and you don't?
I said, okay, so you just let me know when you free. Any other day, fine, though. Any other day, fine. I'm like,
but it's not.
We never went on a date.
Because I bet. Because you don't even know your schedule with your kids. Yeah.
I just don't like the way that feels.
I don't.
Like, yeah, I'm going to tell you no because of work, which is like, well, Raven, how can you tell me no because of work? But I can you have work too. So now you got work and kids. Mm-hmm. I just have work, which, you know. Yeah. If I can, if you show me that it's worth my time, I'll move this stuff around. Yeah. You just got to show me that it's worth my time. Right. Because one minute you don't want a lazy woman, and I'm not lazy. I do my stuff. I take care of myself. So then the next is like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just all weird. And
it is. It's a weird dynamic. Because even if it's not that, it's now you have men that have kids and then they don't take care of their kids. So now at that point, why do I want to date you? Because at the end, my goal is marriage and kids.
You want me to be with a man who owes child support? Okay, sorry. You got
That's why you know what? Now that you say that, I was talking to my best friend. And I was telling her one of my other reasons is once I make it to where I am and we get married, my money is your money, your money is mine. I don't know your baby mother's motives. So when they come getting child support, that's coming out of my money. I can't do that. Yeah. I can't do that. And then I don't want to have to take that extra step to be like, oh, okay, cool, I'm not going to change my last name, so now she can't come after me. So now I'm not happy because I want my last name, but I can't have my last name because I want my money protected. It's so many components that I don't want to think about.
Yeah. I love it for women that can do it, though.
Shout out to y'all. Like, maybe in the comments you can tell us how it works, and that may come with the 10-minute conversation, but it's just right now I can't. Yeah.
I feel like we have the right to feel this way.
For sure.
And there's women that feel this way.
Right.
But I don't.
Yeah. And it might change. You never know. For me, it might change.
Watch we marry men with kids.
And they're going to be like, they're going to pull up this episode. Yeah. You remember? You was like, and that's why I'm putting a disclaimer. That might change, but that's going to come with a different type of growth for me right now.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah. I had a friend who dated a guy with kids, and he told her, don't worry about my kids. They taken care of. And like, he would like the way he made space for her. Mm-hmm. But then I also have this guilty conscience of like, you don't want to be with your kids? Yeah. Like, that's what especially if you got to share them. Like, yeah. The time you're spending with me, I feel guilty. I dated a guy with kids, and I remember he hadn't seen his kids in a long time, and I was at his house, and I didn't even know one of the kids was upstairs. Uh-huh. And they came down asking for something. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, hi. And he's like, go back upstairs. Go put it on TV. And I'm like, can't we just go outside and play football? So then now we're outside. We're all playing football. I'm like,
oh my goodness.
But then like I thrive in those. I love kids. Yeah. But like I don't want to have to like. I don't have to pick my words wisely. I'm going to say how I feel. I don't want to have to make space for. I have the space. Yeah. I have the capacity. I don't want that to be my reality. Yeah. I don't want to have to like go to Chuck E. Cheese which that sounds so. No, I don't care how it sounds. I don't want to have to do that. I can make adjustments, and I'll be happy. That's not the reality I choose to be happy in right now.
Yeah,
So
that makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna be mean to the kids. I'm gonna love them.
For sure, because you're a package.
Right.
You're a package.
Right.
And which is why I'm choosing not to date you right now, because I
Yeah.
know it's a package and I know how I feel and what all comes with that. So to save myself and you the frustration, let's just put this on hold.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love the transparency here.
It's kind of scary, but it's
It
like
is. It is.
Say it.
It's but you, like you said, you have to be honest with yourself and really vocalize that. So that even in a conversation, so that way it's not a, well, you never told me. No, I did. I told you in the first 10 minutes. I'm stuck on these 10 minutes. I told you in the first 10 minutes.
you are so
Yeah.
real about
It's
this
just
person.
in 10 minutes you gonna know if you want me or not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking the
agree.
whole 10 minutes.
I agree.
You just listen, and at the end, I'm gonna say, "So, what you want to do?" That's it. That's it. Dang. Okay. Do you have any other? I don't want to say random questions, but interesting questions, because that was good. We are open show, open, locked and loaded.
What's been the hardest thing you had to overcome this year so far?
Rejection.
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 I know Rebecca does not like rejection.
Girl, oh my goodness. And this was just recently. Rejection has been the hardest thing. Cause what I don't like rejection when it stems from a judgment of my character. So the person that I was speaking of earlier in the show, things started not necessarily go well. I knew there were always red flags, but when you say what you want to say and then block me, and I don't have a chance to retaliate, it sends me overboard. It sends me overboard. And what I can say in this journey, I had a dark moment, but it wasn't dark like any other time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I give myself, Rebecca, you have, depending on how dark it is, you have half a day to snap out of it. Normally it's, Rebecca, you got an hour to snap out. Cry it out, pray to God, do whatever. But if it's like real intense, I feel like that took me half a day, where it used to take me like weeks. That only took me half a day. And it still like stemmed over. So it was like, it only took me half a day because I came up with a plan. Then I activated my plan. A week later, I fell back on my plan, got rejected again, and that's when I was just like, all right, God, here I am. Like, I've said it before, but I was like, all right, God, here I am. Because at this point, this rejection is for my protection, and so I need you to show it. Because I don't do well with rejection.
You do not.
Girl,
You do not.
that revenge turns on,
Yeah.
and that's what happened. Like, my revenge like clicked on, and I tried to control it, but then when I got rejected again, like so quick by the same person, that's when I was just like,
Is it who I think it is?
I'm trying to see how to like.
It's just
I'm
yes
trying
or
to
no.
No, because it could
Yes
be
or
it could
no.
be too different. It could be. Can it be too different? It could be too different.
Okay. I know you lying.
It can be too different.
Rebecca, I know you lying.
Okay, we're gonna say the out of town. Okay, that, and then we'll say that. Yeah. Which, granted, they both rejected me at the same time, but the in town, it shook me, but
Why did it shook you?
because I had to tell you off air like what was said.
Okay.
Like, yeah. It shook me because with the growth that had transpired over the past month and a half,
Between you and that person?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was said threw me off.
Okay.
Now the out of town person, I expected it, but I didn't, because again, they both had showed growth. Now, granted, they were still red flags, but they both had showed growth. And the out of town one, to getting rejected the first time, I was like, all right, cool. But when I went back in and I got rejected again, I think that's the one when I was just like, all right, here we go. But yeah, rejection from the freaking same two people.
So let me say this. I'll use myself. So you know that relationship I was in for a long time,
Yeah.
on and off. I think that so when he would come back, because we would break up a lot, and then when he would come back, he would it would feel different. I'm like, oh, he's changed. He's different. And we're better. We were good for like a month or 2 months. And then his whole thing is he gets mad at something and then he stops talking to me, right? So the last time he did that was like 4 years ago, right? That was when I moved into my loft. He got mad at something, and I just was like, okay. Then it clicked to me. So in my healing phase, I realized that I have abandonment issues. My dad was a person who was in and out of prison my whole life. So I kind of made space to be abandoned. I kind of am just like, okay, well, he'll be back, whatever. But so now that I have figured out that I have an abandonment issue, I don't like being abandoned anymore. So recently, he checked in. He hit me up to check in, and this isn't the first time he's texted me to check in. He'll check in. Oh, how have you been? Da, 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 da. Quick little conversation, cool, whatever. But this time, he asked to go to breakfast. And instantly, I was like, oh, I'm going to go, and I'm going to reject him. I'm going to be like, let him say everything he needs to say, because he always comes back, and he always feels different. Yeah. But every time it happens, I always plan to be like, I'm going to go, and I'm different now, and I'm going to tell him, no, you can't treat me like that. Yeah. This time I was like, I felt that at first. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be dramatic, because I love a different world. And so in a different world, Whitley goes back to her ex Julian and whatever.
They're doing a remake of that too.
I am so happy to hear. I've been I watch this show twice a year, every year, at least 2 times a year, all the way through, front to back.
Oh wow.
Yes, I love it. And I'm almost done with it now. I'm a little sad. But anyways, so she has this moment where she go back to they have like dinner, and then Jaleesa has dinner with her ex. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make it like that. And then I'm gonna tell him this is the last time he'll ever talk to me. And then I just was like, I don't need that. Yeah. Like, I don't need that. I know who he is. If it's one thing that he has shown me, he has the one thing that has been consistent is that he's gonna leave. Like, no matter how bad I want him to stay or wanted him to stay, because I don't care anymore. I haven't cared for him to stay in my life in years. Like, literally. Like, I don't care. Like, the last time he left, au revoir. Like, I don't care. But I think it just shifted to me when I realized that the door does not revolve anymore. And the only reason it was doing that is because I had abandonment issues. So once I got that, I texted him back. He was like, he hit me up. He's like, I'm glad everything's good, or something like that. And he was like, you want to do breakfast sometime? And I was like, no, thank you, but I'm glad you're doing well. And he was like, okay, I'm glad you are too. And that was the end of it. And I feel like I felt better breaking the pattern than I did when I thought that I could change the pattern. I can't change a pattern. It's the pattern. And in your case, I was telling you to say that. You are that's a pattern for you. Yeah. That whole them coming back and uprooting your life and making you think that things are better, that is a pattern with those people. And so I feel like once you can identify why you allow that in a deeper sense, yes, it'll get easier to handle, but then you won't want to handle it anymore. Yeah. So be patient with yourself. Go back as many times as you feel like you need to figure it out. Just be prepared, because they have shown you the same end result every single time. That's true. And to be shocked about it is what is shaking me, because even I knew that. And I got in the middle of it.
It's crazy, because I don't think I was shocked. I think it was, the wording was unexpected. How certain things was said was unexpected. Because one of us even had the conversation of, hey, this is our cycle. They said this is our cycle. But that one just totally, I was done with that one after what was said was said. So the other one didn't shock me. I think it was because I kind of knew that, I don't know. I'm going to say it shocked me, because I felt as if, based on our conversation, he was changing to a certain extent, but there were still red flags where I knew it it was gonna kind of backfire, because you said you were gonna do something and then you didn't do it, and that's something that you were used to doing. And so I think even me, I tried fighting it too. I was just like, all right, cool, no, he's really gonna come through this time. Because he approached me first this time. Normally, because I'm the one that always approaches first. But I was like, no, he approached me first this time. He's actually going to come through. So I would say it shocked me in that it didn't shock me because I noticed the signs, but it shocked me because I'm just like, you're the one that said we need to do things different this time. You're the one that's being more positive, even when I'm coming at you negatively. And for you to just go left, I was kind of shocked. I think the way I explained it to my friend was, it's like that thing when you finally get something you hope for and you're trying to still have like hope for it, knowing that there's a possibility it's not going to work. And I feel like that with both situations. Even with the in-town person, I was just like, dang, like I'm finally getting this happy ending. But then when I got a taste of it, I was like, I don't want this happy ending. Like I had to fight so hard to get it. So I don't know. I feel like I'm sitting on my therapist's couch right now. But yeah, that's them.
I feel like been there, done that.
Yeah.
I've thought that things would change and they didn't. And in the beginning, it felt like, okay, this is new, this is different. But then I realized that the one thing that has always been constant, when it comes to like trust, you want to trust people to be exactly who they show you they're gonna be, and those people showed you exactly who they were.
So many times.
So to hope for a different ending, I understand why, because you do feel like you've put in a lot of time. So you want to see the fruits of your labor, but you also have to trust them to be exactly who they showed you they were.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Over a lot of years.
Definitely.
And, you know.
Yeah, I had to come to that realization. I think that has helped me apart with this healing journey, because you have to be transparent with yourself. And then I think it was a transparent with God, because now a part of me wanted to save it, because it's like you said, I invested so much time. So it's just like, God, I don't want you to think like I didn't steward over these last few years. And I had to have that moment with God when I was just like, all right, I didn't steward over those like these last few years. And I need you to restore the time that I put in, because it was genuine time. Like it was, but when I look back, I wasted so much. So
waste time.
Once I was transparent with God, now it was just like, I think that's when, I'm not gonna say I think, that's when I was able to hear him say start the podcast for sure, because he was like go, and I was just like, all right, go. And then things just started falling in line. So I was telling my best friend, I said, it's gonna take a lot to pull me away from this podcast, because I've seen what God has done even in these couple of episodes for me through the podcast. So yeah.
I think that one, I don't know whether to call it a misconception, because it's just something that I grasp on my own, so I don't know how reputable it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was telling you that I feel like there's a lesson in everything. There's no such thing as wasted time. Because if you can learn a lesson, I'm sure you learned a lot about yourself within loving these people.
Yeah.
Because when we love people, it's just a form of us. Are they recording?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't see the green dots anymore.
I think that was the bad part, because we did see the green dot.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Loving people is a form of us loving ourselves. It's just another form of us loving ourselves, because we love how we love those people. Like, you just, the way you giving yourself, because it's all, I feel like, but at the same time, you got to learn to love those people from over here to protect you. And that's okay. Like I was telling you a story about, oh boy, I don't hate him. I genuinely love him. And I've loved him through everything. And that's never changed. The only thing that changed is I can't love him this close anymore. I have to love him from over here. There's nothing wrong with sending up a prayer.
Right.
If that's what I got to do, like, I'm fine with that. Like,
yeah.
But it's hard when you actually love people and you have to make those decisions, but you got to put you first, girl.
You definitely got to do that. That's been a learning journey. I think, and again, I think that came from being the middle child, because I was never, and not necessarily the first child, but even you either had to live up to the oldest or you had to lower yourself down to the youngest. So you don't know about, to a certain extent, you don't know about like putting yourself first. So yeah, that's good. Okay, enough of me before I cry. What do you think the thing is that you've had to overcome already this year?
Standing up for myself. It's been so hard, and I've had to keep doing it. Like, again, like I said earlier, I am used to just letting people be right. Even if I know you're wrong. I'm just used to being like, because it feels like on the inside that I know better. So I'm just going to just like, you'll figure it out. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take the L because I feel like I know better. And it's easier for me to take the L than to get you to understand whatever it is. But I have had to stand. I've prayed for confidence. I've been praying for confidence. So the repercussion of praying for confidence is putting me in situations where I had to defend myself, which makes me more confident. And a lot of times, a long time ago, it was with my friendships. Like, I had to support my friends through things that I disagreed with. And it's like, okay, I don't care. Like, that's your life, do your thing. But it somehow backfires on me. But I just, let them do their things or whatever, and it backfires. But then now that I have everything's fine. I'm fine in my friendship circle. I'm fine with family. I'm not, that is no problem. I don't care, whatever. It's my clients now. Like, it's things regarding my business, and I really have to stand my ground because my business is my baby. Yeah. So, like, I look at it as like, before I have a kid, this is my kid, and how are you going to protect your kid, Raven? So, like, I have to, like, protect her when people are like, well, I want all my images, and I'm like, you can't get them. Like, I don't release all the images, and it's, now we're throwing a hissy fit. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, or, well, I took my pictures on Thursday, but my birthday's on Sunday. Okay, well, you can pay the rush fee. Yeah. Well, I don't think I should have to pay the rush fee. Or it's like they like find, like they're fighting with me. And I'm just like, no, Then I went to a tax lady who was trying to charge me $1,100 for 1 year. And I was fine with paying $750 because originally I heard she was really good. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I'll give you $750. And my friend told me if I do the deductions myself, like if I calculate it myself, and she told me if I calculate it myself, do all the highlighting, I won't have to pay the extra money. And I'm like, okay, well, I can do that part because I know what I spent. I know, da-da-da-da. And so the day comes, we've done 2 sessions, and she's like, yeah, it's going to be $1,100. And I'm like, well, I thought I was doing this. And she was like, no, you weren't. I'm still going to have to calculate it. And I'm like, well, can I calculate it? I thought that's what I was doing. And I was going back and forth with her. But again, I felt like, you know what? You can have it. Like, I let her have it. And I fall into it for a second. And later, I just was like, I don't want to do this. Yeah. I don't feel right about it. And instead of just letting her have it and just like giving up the battle, I went to war. And
these tax people going crazy, man. Yeah. I had one lady tell me this year, what did she tell me? 500, I think. And she was like, well, I gave you a big discount last year. You gave me a 50% discount last year? Like, I had a business last year. Like, so now this year I don't get the discount? Like, I'm confused. She's like, oh, I was just trying to get you to come again. And I'm here again, but now you're giving me a different price. Like, what is wrong with... That might be what I go to school.
Yeah, that might be what you switch gears for. Yeah, because they be taxing.
Accounting.
It is what it is, but I feel like your price is your price. And that's why I was telling her, I was like, I don't want to argue with you. Your price is your price. I just wish I would have known your price up front. Yeah. If you would have told me $1,100 and not $750, it would have been different.
Yeah, different conversation, not a waste of your time or mine. Yeah.
It's a very heavy...
I don't be liking that. Too close to the cutoff, too. We got a couple more days.
Like, girl. Yeah, I just have to stand my ground. Stand up for myself, which I don't care to do. That sounds terrible. It's not that I don't care to do it. I just feel like I don't have to prove myself. Yeah. There's no need to prove myself to who has. I feel like it gets so rah-rah feeling sometimes. And I'd be like, you can be the bigger part. You can be the giant. I don't care. Like, I don't care about being an ant. I know who I am.
Yeah. That's so beautiful.
I'm really the big dog. I don't care. Like,
that's why I'm over here quiet.
But then, like, now I have to be like, no, Raven. They have to learn their lesson.
Yeah.
You have to teach it to them. Like, and I've been doing it. I've been nice about kind. I'm not nice. I'm kind. Yeah. I've been kind about it. So
I heard that from somebody else. I really got to dive deeper into those words, nice and kind. It's so interesting that you're doing that in your business because it reminds me of, I was talking to a guy one day and he said my business will be much more successful if I put my foot down more. And I was like,
he didn't lie.
Dang.
He did not lie. He did not lie. I feel like anytime I give out a discount or anytime I run a special, I regret it every single time because people don't, like, you give them an inch and they really take a mile. And then if you do it for them once, they want it again and again and again. And again. And like, you're not loyal and you don't even pay the rent. Like, this is not paying my rent. Yeah. And then the amount of discounts that I give to people, it's my fault. I take full accountability for that. It's not their fault that I made the decision to feel like because you can't afford this, I'll discount it for you. Yeah. Or feeling like it's my fault. I'll take full accountability, but it is eating me alive. So now I'm like, this is my price. Oh, wow, this is my price.
You're not my targeted audience. It's okay.
Okay, so what do I do if I need my, just like in the email that I sent you, they told you the rush fees, the rush options that you had. If you need it within a week, you can pay this much more to get it in a week. Oh, but like, it's just, if you need it in a week, like.
Right. I can make it happen. You just got to pay for that.
I literally have things to do. Yeah. I traded in time for, like, I need to be compensated for my time. And I have to be okay with saying that. Yeah. I have to be confident in saying my price and all the little things that business comes with. So, yeah.
Oh, baby, teach me, because I feel like this finna be the way it's going. It might be my fault. My fault. Y'all gonna have so many episodes. Like, dang, she dropped 5 episodes this week, but I ain't got nothing time to drop. That's what's up. Okay, so do you have any last remarks for the people?
Any last remarks? Just in every situation, in everything you do, take the lesson from it. Use wisdom. Use discernment. It's there. You're smart. You are as smart as you think you are. You know? I don't know.
Okay. That was helpful.
Stay present. Stay present.
Please. That's what I need to learn.
Yeah.
Stay present. All right. So how can people reach you if they wanted to book you for a photo shoot? Just follow you on any socials. What do they look up?
My Instagram is sassy__snaps.
It's the underscore for me.
Yeah, 2 underscores. Somebody took sassy_snaps and sassy snaps, but they don't even use it. Anyways, it has 2 underscores under there, and then I don't know if I want to do personal.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know if I like people that much. I'm just kidding.
What about the men that want? Oh, they gotta book a photo shoot first. Yeah, I gotta book a photo shoot to take Raven on a date.
If you were smart, that's what you would do.
Right.
That's Sassy Snaps, and also on Facebook, it's Sassy Snaps. I think the easiest way. Sorry.
My bad.
The easiest way to find me on Instagram, if you put in like @mySassyPhotos. Somebody else has Sassy Snaps on Facebook too, but I was here first. Anyways, that's the easiest way to find me. And then my website is sassysnappedit.com. So that's sassy, SNAPPEDIT.com. I think that's everything.
There you go.
Yeah. All the important stuff anyway.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I feel like this is probably the longest episode that I've recorded thus far. I know, I'm super excited.
Is that good?
Yeah, it is. It is. I can get more shorts out of it. That's probably going to get us a lot of comments, but we definitely touched on all aspects of life.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you again for coming, sharing this space with me. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with Royal Bows. As always, you're appreciated. You're seen here. You are loved here. And I cannot wait to see you next time. Have a good day.